not from impact, but from a sudden, violent torque that wrenches it from his grasp.
The water erupts in a curtain of mud and fury, a flash of scaled armor and teeth disappearing into the dark current.
He is thrown backward, his ankles screaming in protest. The hunt not just failed, but brutally rejected.
This was not a simple miss.
It was a miscalculation, a failure to read the invisible language of the river.
Now, let us enter the silence and witness the true law of the jungle.
Kael remains motionless on the muddy bank, his breath a controlled whisper.
The water before him has settled, returning to a deceptive, placid calm.
Only the ghost of a vibration lingers in the soles of his feet.
He felt it too late, a pressure wave that spoke not of a fish, but of coiled, ancient power.
An apex predator.
Here, in the flooded forest, sight is a secondary, often unreliable sense.
Sound carries, but it also deceives, echoing through the dense canopy. The truest sense is touch, extended beyond the skin and into the water itself. This is the domain of sentir, a way of listening with the entire body to the subtle shifts in hydraulic.
To the outsider, his stillness looks like defeat, a hunter nursing his wounded pride.
But this is not defeat.
Long drums, frame drums, marimba, low strings, subtle brass, water.
The initial disturbance was broad, a slow push, the mark of a large body turning lazily.
Then came the sharp compression, a sudden spike in the water's density, the unmistakable signature of muscle coiling for a strike. His error was a fraction of a second, a delay in translating that silent warning into action.
It is a language with no alphabet, a dialogue conducted in the medium of pure physics, and its grammar is the law of survival itself.
This is not a retreat, but the beginning of a ritual.
He turns not away from the river, but alongside it, his bare feet pressing into the damp earth that acts as a sensory membrane. His eyes are soft-focused, scanning the tree line for the familiar patterns of his world, but his true attention is aimed downward.
This is the hunter's meditation, a state of absolute presence required to engage an animal that is more element than creature.
A mind of patience.
To track the Caiman, one must first understand its nature.
Its world is not one of sight, but of pressure, of vibration, of the subtle telegraphy of nervous prey.
Along its jaw and body, a network of dome pressure receptors translates the river into a three-dimensional map of motive and opportunity.
It does not need to see its meal. It feels its fear arriving.
He has trained his body to become an instrument of perception, to filter the immense noise of the jungle.
He is not merely walking. He is performing a diagnostic, reading the forest floor as a physician reads a pulse.
pause to listen. He freezes.
A subtle, rhythmic pulse resonating up through the arch of his right foot. It is faint, almost imperceptible, a bass note hidden deep within the mix. He closes his eyes, sinking his awareness into that singular vibration, assessing its character. He discards the sharp, erratic signatures of smaller life, the broad, mushy feeling of the current against a submerged branch.
This is different. This is organized.
The signature is one of presence, not of action. The quiet, powerful hum of a perfectly adapted engine at idle.
He has found it. Or rather, he has re-established the connection that was so violently broken.
The hunt begins again. But it is not a hunt for flesh or for vengeance.
It is a hunt for understanding, a test of nerve, and a confirmation of the code. He moves toward the signal, each step a deliberate, calculated placement on the quietest parts of the earth. He must not send his own loud, clumsy signature through the ground, not yet. He must be a ghost, a whisper, moving through the world without disturbing its delicate balance. The vibrations grow stronger, more defined, with every cautious step forward.
He can now discern the creature's orientation from a subtle asymmetry in the pressure wave.
Bass flutes, long drums, frame drums, marimba, low strings, subtle brass, water.
Listen. He's building a picture of the unseen animal, sculpting its form in his mind from the raw data of physics.
He arrives at a small, sheltered cove, where fallen trees create a dark, still pool away from the main current. The signal is now a palpable thrum, a low-frequency vibration that he feels not just in his feet, but in his chest.
The Caiman is here. It is submerged in the murky stillness, utterly invisible, waiting.
He knows it is watching him, its periscopic eyes and pressure-sensitive jaw aimed in his direction. This is the chosen place, the arena for the silent dialogue to resume. He takes a final, firm step to the water's edge, planting his feet, shifting his weight downward with purpose. He sends his own pressure signature into the water, a clear, solid, unambiguous statement that is both a greeting.
The world seems to hold its breath.
And the water answers back. It is not a surge of motion, not a ripple, not a sound. It is a sudden, sharp tightening in the water's very fabric, a compression wave that radiates from the center of the cove, the feeling of immense power being held in perfect, trembling check. It is the Caiman's reply, a message of coiled muscle and absolute readiness, telegraphed through the liquid medium that connects them.
The apex predator
has acknowledged him.
It has accepted the terms of the standoff. A conversation between two masters of their domain has begun, held in a language older than words. This is not about dominance, but about mutual assessment, a profound and dangerous curiosity.
Sleepers. For the Yanomami, patience is not a virtue, but a necessity. The Caiman below mirrors this seconds stretch into an eternity, measured only by the thrumming in Kael's bones. To move forward would be a declaration of war, an act of foolish pride that the jungle does not forgive.
To flee in panic would be to break the code, to mark himself as prey for all future encounters.
Wisdom is the protagonist.
It was to learn, to reaffirm the intricate boundaries that allow for a fragile coexistence. It was to look into the eye of the abyss and show no fear, only a deep and abiding understanding of its power.
Cael has now done this. He has proven his mastery, not of the Caiman, but of himself.
The decision is made. Slowly, deliberately, he lifts his left foot from the earth. The movement is infinitesimal, yet it speaks volumes in the silent language of the river.
He places it behind him, a single, clear gesture of de-escalation that costs nothing and gains everything.
He sends a final, gentle pressure wave into the water, a message of respect.
The dialogue is over. The territory is acknowledged. The unwritten law has been honored by both parties.
He takes another step back, his movements fluid and calm, breaking the intense connection without shattering it.
And he feels the immediate response.
Native flutes, bass flutes, long drums, frame drums, marimba.
The sharp, coiled knot. It's the signature of a massive body turning with unhurried purpose, moving away into the dark safety of the deeper channel.
The Caiman has accepted his gesture, completing the ritual of mutual disengagement that allows two ape. The surface of the cove remains unbroken, giving no sign of the immense drama that just unfolded. Cael turns and walks back into the forest, the feeling of the water's deep language still vibrating within him. The true echoes of the deep jungle are not the calls of birds or the cries of monkeys. They are the silent vibrations, the invisible pressures, the unwritten codes of conduct that govern life and death.
Here, intelligence is not measured by the tools one can create, but by the sensitivity one can cultivate.
It is a world where listening is more powerful than speaking, and understanding is the ultimate form.